Very good.
Hello. Another video of Writer's Log. How you doing, folks?
Hello. Okay, it is December 24th, Christmas Eve, and we're going to recap a few more days of us writing.
All right, so we are going to October the 21st, and I see what we did there, and like, holy shit.
Wait. Let me see what we did. Okay, hold on a second. Oh.
We did all of that.
Wait, what? Whoa.
We did all of that.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so
you want to kick this one off? I can talk about it. Wow.
Yeah, go ahead.
This segment. Oh gosh, this segment
had so many moving parts to it.
It had so many moving parts. And I think if I remember correctly, I think we thought it would be hard, but not that hard when we read it. Holy smokes!
There were a lot of dialogue shifting.
There's like a lot of dialogue shifting
and storylines we had to kind of shift around,
and character interactions and scene changes. Lots of scene changes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So this one had all the toughs. It had a bunch of characters. It had a lot of plot elements we had to cover. We had to make it sound fluid and instead of just to get stuff out of the way, and scene changes. It had it all to make it a fucking hard work day. Oh my gosh.
I want to also bring up that, because these videos are a week apart.
Yes.
This is continuing the series of what we are writing right now. These segments
are part of a bigger whole.
Part of a bigger whole. So basically there's a bunch of segments in a big portion of our story in this episode that will amount to 50 or 60 pages. And this one segment was huge, and I want to try and stay in this video so that when I rewatch them, I know what we're talking about without giving away what we're doing.
Okay.
Let's say it was the infiltration process. We can say that.
Oh gosh.
So I'll say that for future Garrett and Brandon rewatching this. That's what you two did, you crazy nuts.
On October
21st. No, I think
I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know what was up. Yeah. October 21st.
October the 24th, you two wrote the entire thing. It was a full shift plus a little bit of a second shift, which is always fucking
hard.
Always fucking difficult. And when we see the infiltration process, future Garrett and Brandon, who's going to watch this video, to look back on and so on and so forth, it was, to give an example, it was a sequence of characters, a room, and then characters being interviewed for the process of infiltration. Let's say that. The whole interviewing process, and then there's the characters, who are doing their thing, and stuff like that, and all that good stuff. And
I think we got the. Are you trying to?
Yeah. So you'll know what that is, Garrett and Brandon. Us. You know what we're talking about from that. You did the whole thing, all of it from beginning to end. All of the scene changes, all the details, all the shifting and all that. You did it all on that day. That was October 24th, the 21st. Yes. And for those of you folks who are just tuning in and whatnot, when the show goes live and whatnot, you're going to know exactly what we're talking about when you just look back on here, right here.
If you can find this video.
Oh, yeah. That little hair is annoying me. Yeah. There. So, Yes. That segment on its own had about, I want to say, maybe 5 to 7 pages worth in that segment. So it was a chunk of this big hole that's 50 to 60 pages.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Anyway, I'm good. That's October the 21st.
I just want to try to rekindle those feelings I had when I wrote that.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the
I didn't remember feeling like very accomplished and then discussing it with you about like, should we really go for it and finish it? Because I think I can do it. And I think you said, that's what I recall, and then we just went for it. I don't remember how, that's what
No, you can remember that part, because I'm just going to say you're right with that. I was just simply saying, for me, I remember that day almost pushed me in that. I think, if I can remember correctly, it almost pushed me where I wasn't going to feel so good after working too much. But thankfully, it didn't. Thankfully, it almost did. Almost isn't it, and that's all I care about. I don't care how close it is to pushing me to where I don't have fun how much I work. Because I still had fun. I still felt very good at the end of it. I just remember, wow, was that a hard day. Holy mackerel.
I do think I remember you saying later in the day that nearly did it. So we almost fucked up there by going too far.
Yeah.
Pushing the work too much for the sake
of
I
would actually, instead of a we right there, Garrett, I'd rather put that more on myself. I almost did it, but...
you didn't.
But I didn't. So I feel great about that, thinking about that and feeling that. So, yes. October 21st, right?
Yeah, October 21st. Okay, let's go to the 22nd.
What do we have?
Oh, that's what that day was.
Oh, that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait.
Okay. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
We did it right. Okay, so
Okay.
So October 22nd, we wrote 2 more segments. 2 segments more in the giant segment arc.
This one
I think we're like up to 8 segments so far in this big
big craft, this big idea. I think we're up to 8. This one, the first segment we wrote on October 22nd. Now, this one we actually had in mind, being that.
Okay, this is an interesting one.
Yes, it's actually very cool.
You want to give the details as to why?
Yeah, I'll give the details.
Yeah.
Let's just use an example. I'm sorry. This is a scene that we had already written in a past episode, but in this episode, we revisit the scene and then expanded upon it.
Yes.
Yes, that's actually what we're going to have
Perfectly
here.
said.
Yes, and that's what we did right here. And that was fun in the sense of we got to answer and really type the links that we couldn't do in the past, and we did it now. And honestly, I don't remember it being that tough. I mean, I can remember kind of tough actually, but not as tough as I thought it would be.
I remember it being a big discussion before we even decided to write it. I think
I remember.
I remember we had to change a lot. There were so many new details that came in as a result of our show progressing.
Yes.
So what we had written previously didn't really sync up to what we had envisioned it presently.
Just happened that way.
Presently then. It's the past now. So adjustments need to be made. And before we wrote down a single word, we just rehearsed and acted out the characters. And then we took off. It just took off after that.
Yes, but I think you're right. It was a while. We discussed it a while. Like at least a half an hour.
I think so.
I think it was a half an hour, maybe an hour. Garrett and I talked about it, but it was a while.
Yeah. And those of you who've been watching, Bro and I usually only work in 3.5 hour increments. Because after that,
we're toast. Our energy is tapped.
The creative tank is just empty. It needs to refuel. It needs to refill. So that's why when pulling double shifts,
it's rough.
Because then you're running on your reserves.
Yes, and that's when it can get dangerously harmful to oneself.
Yeah.
That was that segment.
That was that one, and we accomplished that. And then Garrett and Brandon, you crazy too. That was not even where you stopped. You went into
the next one.
We went into the next one, which is for more the antagonist side of things.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, it's a story surrounding the antagonist that somewhat mirrored the previous scene, the previous segment that took place before it. This next segment that followed, they're kind of a mirror of each other, of the protagonist and the antagonist kind of gathering together.
And having a serious discussion about big events.
Yeah, having a serious discussion about where to go from here kind of situation.
Yeah.
And writing that was another big one. I think we talked again, rehearsed it. No. I remember you said, Gary, we don't have to rehearse this. It's all there in the segments already. I think you said that to me, and I thought we had to rehearse it, and I was like, oh shit, Brandon's right.
No, yeah. What we had to do was, because since we rehearsed the first one and then wrote it, we took a bit of a maybe 5-minute break.
Not long.
Maybe 10, but then we just wrote this one. This one was easier because this one, it wasn't a revisit of a scene that heavily was altered. No, this one's just fresh for this episode. And it went pretty darn smoothly. It
did, actually. And I'm glad it had the impact I wanted because it was shorter than I expected.
Yeah, that was actually shocking. I thought it was going to be longer, too.
But we used the right lines, had the right feeling, and the right words. So
to really carry the oomph
that we were going for.
Yes.
Yeah, to carry that weight that we wanted. And I was very happy about that. And then we weren't done yet still. You crazy motherfuckers! Okay.
Before we get to that point,
I'm talking about Brandon and me, by the way, folks.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about any specific feelings I had, because it's very fun to recap and try and remember. Nope. Except that I had that one was easier.
I remember having a good time with that one.
That's what I meant. Easier was a good time.
It's always fun to enact your villains.
Yes. Well, for us.
Yeah, we love villains.
Oh, absolutely. Love them. So, the next part we did not write the next segment, but Garrett read it, and we just and we changed up stuff for it so we can just kind of sit with us for next day.
Yeah, not only did I read it, apparently it said our notes that I took. Yeah, what Brandon said. We changed some things. So
some actually pretty big things.
So October the 22nd was rehearsal for like 50 minutes. I think it was a 50-minute rehearsal.
It was quite a while.
Writing. Then the next one, wonder if we had to rehearse the next one. No, we didn't have to. We wrote it. Protagonist, antagonist. And then the following segment, which we did not write, we had to change some things, and we did. And we talked about the changes without writing them down. Although I might have written them down in the segment, but we didn't write. We didn't write.
No, we didn't write in the script. Garrett wrote down that in the separate sheet we have for
our segment
sheet.
Yeah, so that was taken care of, and then the day was done.
Yeah,
I think it was a full work day.
Well,
holy shit! It doesn't even say it was a full work day.
Something tells me that second segment we wrote was really quick. I think it
so
was.
Apparently we had time to spare after doing all that. Incredible. I'm very happy with that. Very well. Wow, that was a good day.
All right. I'm fine with that day. How about you?
I'm done. October the 23rd.
Here we go. What's October 23rd? Wow, that's a big note.
We wrote all of that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, whoa. Oh.
Okay, now that's an easy one to write down next.
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay.
Wow. So October the 23rd, we had written 3 more segments.
But the first one was really the chunk of it, and the next 2 were short ones, very simple and short. But that first one, I'm trying to remember how I felt about that one.
It's a bunch of mean characters. It's the mean character segment. Brandon, I know what that means.
Yes, it's the mean character segment.
With all of their experiences and all the struggles that they're going through.
And all the shit that's going on. All the crazy shit that's going on.
Yeah, that's about to come down on them all and stuff like that. That's what that is. And when Bro and I say mean characters, it's exactly what it sounds like, folks. We're writing a bunch of nasty characters.
Yes.
So the focus was on them and lots of different aspects of
their feelings about the situations,
what they're going through. That's what we had written then.
And that was
and when you did the entire thing.
Yes.
The whole thing.
And that was a chunk. That was quite difficult. All that stuff we did.
It was. Including wrapping up with like the politician segment. Portion of the segment of the talks and the back and forth of that between the mean characters. I'm just putting that out there because you know what that is, Garrett and Brandon of the future. I like doing that for myself right now. We got politicians in our show.
Well, we call politicians because
I know we do have them.
That's true. We do have politicians. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's a huge spoiler. Anyways, that was my feelings about that segment.
Tough.
I remember, if I can remember correctly, I'm trying to dig up my emotion with that. I was very tired of that one. That I definitely, before we wrote the next 2 easier ones, definitely took a 10, maybe 15-minute break because, oh boy, at least I remember mine because I was very tired.
Now I know when we're talking about this. Now I know what we changed. I can't say it here, I don't think. I think it's too spoilery.
Well, then you can tell me after the video.
Yeah. It's in regards to this segment.
Yeah, you didn't piece like that? I knew that's what it was regards to.
Yeah. You know what we changed, right?
Yeah, I think I know what we changed.
Yeah. You know what we changed, me and BNG. I'm doing that a lot in this video. I don't know why.
You're in the mood for it. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we made a lot of... not change. It was a significant change. It's a change in regards to casualties, you could say.
Yes.
So, casualty count was the change that we made. A significant change in that aspect of the storytelling. So,
I don't think that's too spoilery.
No, I think that's a great way to say it.
Yeah.
So that was that segment for the mean characters, and then we weren't done. Brandon's right. The next 2 were short ones. I want to see what they are.
Oh, they're very quick.
Okay. Speed for speed. I know. I'm just saying that for shorthand. Speed for speed segment. Basically, for you folks, what that means is very character focused and very plot heavy. So it's like the idea of a situation's happening, and characters have to match each other speed for speed. That's what that segment was, and it was a very short one. Very just plot oriented, and one of those things where you have to write what needed to be said.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, it's absolutely one of the ones where it absolutely had to be addressed, because if it was never addressed, it would be sloppy for us in terms of us, how we would view it. It'd be like, hey, why'd they do that? That's strange. Shouldn't they have explained something like that? No, this is one of the ones where this is one of the ones where Garrett and I just absolutely had to explain it, even if it seemed like it was just there to be explained. You're darn right. Garrett and I did rather dare to be explained, and we have no problem that was written for that reason.
Yep. And now
same thing kind of the next one. It was kind of similar to do a unique little twist at the end.
Yeah, and the last one. Okay, the absent character part, who was going to be a key figure in the operation, in the infiltration that we talked about. But the character is actually absent. We wrote that segment, which was very short and sort of comical in its placement.
I'd say it was unique. It was comical and clever and just very well handled, and it kind of makes you go, whoa.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I'd say all that was for me, and again, it was short and was easy, and ooh, thank gosh, it was easy after following that freaking hellstorm we went through the first segment.
Pretty sure we talked about how much more we could do. I told you those short ones. I think I left up to you to decide.
If I remember correctly, I think if I said anything, I think if that was true, if I can remember the feeling with
it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. Actually,
yeah, it's kind of hard. I think you and I both agreed we would just stop after these next two, following that first one.
Yeah, but Brandon and I always like to test ourselves and see if we can how far we can go, given what we have to work with that's left.
Yeah, every single time. Except for sometimes. Sometimes Garrett and I are so tired.
We just know we're out.
We just know. And sometimes if we remember, just from us writing down in our notes, if we just remember what's the segment that follows this, Garrett and I already know. Okay, we're only doing this segment today. We're not even touching that next one today. We're doing that one tomorrow. So yeah, there's that. But Garrett's right. About a third of the time, or a quarter of the time, Garrett sometimes asks, "Hey, how much farther we can go because we have some energy left." Makes sense.
But again, very successful.
Yes.
Down the line,
was this one full? Was this one full? Yep, full work day.
Yep. And those of you following the series, as I had said in the previous video, my issues that I had to work through, that I need to write this just for me, as opposed to anyone else in the world, paid off. Nothing rising again.
No hiccups.
And it's been dead since then to the present that is now. So,
did you want to do any more? Or are we gonna?
We'll stop at those 3 days.
Okay, so we're stopping right now.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
That's it for this one. See you next week, folks. In the next video.
See you next video. Bye bye.